Wagwan Wankers, welcome back to another anime review. Today we're taking a look at Season 2 for Castlevania Nocturne. We took a look at Season 1 yesterday, now we're taking a look at Season 2 today. And again, like Season 1, it also has 8 episodes, but this time instead of it being 20 minutes to half an hour each, they are all half an hour plus. I'm going to be honest, this is a longer season, so this one will take you like 4-5 hours to watch all of it. I'm gonna be honest, a lot longer than watching season 1, but I still enjoyed this one. I thought it was really cool, and the extra time was definitely used very well. For the most part, I am going to be honest, the extra time was used to the best of its ability here because it explored a lot more than they did in season 1. So without any further delay, let's actually get into the story because we covered what Google had to say yesterday. So how season 1 ended is with them meeting up with Alucard, and that is exactly where it picks up with on season 2. We have Pink Girl deciding to stay and fight her father and the vampires in France, but the other three decide to go off and try and find the mummified corpse of the ancient Egyptian goddess, because they need the heart to make the vampire queen stronger, so if they destroy it, she can't get stronger. So these three go and try and find it. They end up getting attacked by a load of vampires. Belmont can't keep his mouth shut, so, now the vampires know where they're going, and the vampire, queen's little right-hand lady ends up beating them to the punch. She gets brought back to life by the priest, and she takes the heart, giving it to the queen, who eats it and gains a tremendous amount of power. Belmont then has, a little bit of a hissy fit because he doesn't want the yellow girl to go into the spirit realm and find the spirit of this lady, of this goddess, because he thinks it will kill her, and almost does. Alucard says she'll be fine, and she goes in to the spirit realm and gets this demon, and then she's ready to fight the vampire lady. The other team, the vampire mum is teaching the daughter how to use her magic, and she is using it from a place of anger, which is making all of her animals really aggressive and not as likely to listen to her and being much more irrational. And she can summon a dragon as well. She ends up killing her father, going back to the mum, and then learning to use her power from a place of love and to not let aggression consume her. The mum then leaves, and the Belmont granddad ends up unlocking his power as well, gets his magic back, and they all meet up ready to fight the queen vampire, and they do. They're like a badass team fighting alongside each other. It looks sick as fuck. The snake vampire comes back and starts taking down the vampire's right-hand lady, and he comes so close, his boyfriend almost dies, so he takes him away and turns him into a vampire, and then they do the nasty in one of the buildings, which is really strange, while there's a big fight going on. The yellow girl almost gets burnt alive, so Belmont has to use his ice powers to keep her cool, and Alucard is fighting with a sword. Belmont then goes fucking Ultra Nova and slices the demon lady in half, because the right-hand lady decides to unleash her backstory, where she was actually once an Egyptian who, was working for the gods and became a vampire by drinking a vampire's blood. She then takes the Egyptian goddess power from the main vampire queen, and Belmont cuts her in half using Alucard's sword. A big team-up battle, and then it starts to drag on the goodbyes, with showing us what everybody's doing now. Yellow Girl and Belmont go back to Africa. The Night Demons have their own, civil war between each other, and then go back to Africa as well. We have the main girl continue the revolution in France, and Alucard goes off and does his own thing, and that's where the season ends. And I'm going to be honest, I really enjoyed this one. The final fight was fucking phenomenal. I'm going to be honest. Watching all of them team up, all of them go into their super modes. We even had Belmont go fucking Super Saiyan and doing the Goku warm-up. It was genuinely really fucking sick. Watching him make the Butcher Sword out of Alucard's sword, but infusing it with his ice was insane. Having the time pressure of the yellow girl's body melting and burning up, so then she couldn't keep this power going. The constant, like, um, you know, comeback of the Vampire Queen, and how that she was losing, but she was still managing to hold her own against all 5 of them, which was genuinely insane. Again, just proving how strong she is and how much of a like formidable foe she was. Having like all of these characters like come back together after spending the whole season apart, doing their own quests, doing their own like journey of self-discovery and stuff like that. Again, having them all meet back up was really cool, and I thought it was so fucking cool. Like, honestly, the animation and the voice acting, again, is the same as the last season. They managed to keep up the jokes, but also keeping it serious. The love triangle got answered this season, which I do like. I like the fact that we got an answer to the love triangle. That was really nice. Always love getting an answer to the love triangle with... who is it? Yellow, Pink, and Belmont. He went with Yellow, which is a brilliant choice, and now they're going to Africa. And we could get a Season 3 seeing what they're doing in Africa. I would like a little bit of a catch-up, and we could get like a continuation to the story. However, I do feel like, as it is still open to a continuation, they have ended it off quite nicely, and ended it off with a pretty happy conclusion, with everybody getting their ending and everybody getting a nice send-off. I do feel like the goodbyes took so fucking long, and they didn't need to drag it out as much as they did. They had Belmont have a little bit of a dirty time, where they got down and ugly and had a little bit of a shag on the boat, and everybody got their goodbyes, everybody was showing what they were doing, and it's like, okay, dog, we don't need to spend this much time. Everyone got like a 2. They went through everybody and then went through everybody again. It's like, dog, 1 was enough. We don't need to see where they're going like twice. So the ending was a little dragged out, and I think they were trying to drag it out for like either screen time or for like tears' sake, to try and tug on your heartstrings or something like that. I don't know. There was a lot of threat and tension built up in the final fight, which I do appreciate, and I do think they did very well with everybody like going Super Saiyan, upgrading, and having like a time constraint, and having people start to lose and get knocked out. And I liked that. I thought that was really nice, and again, just worked well in the anime's favor. Having Belmont use that sarcasm and his like big mouth against them, and have it like actually harm them, I thought was really cool, because normally like Spider-Man and other like quippy characters, they don't really get punished for doing that, or they don't really have it affect their fighting as much, whereas it does affect Belmont, because he opens his big mouth and gets too cocky, too confident, and starts talking about shit that he shouldn't, and in doing that gets him fucked over and makes them lose the heart. And I like that. I think that's a really creative touch, and adds a lot more depth to the character and a lot more consequence to their actions. Them fighting just looks sick as well. We get to see them fight a lot, and there is a lot of character like drama again from the Pink Girl's side, having her like emotions, her aggression, her regret, her guilt, her like revenge fester inside her, and that show in her animals I thought was really cool. Her animals looked sick in the dark mode, and she even summoned a fucking dragon as well, like again showing that she is also powerful and that she can also hold her own, but she does need to learn to keep her emotions in check. A very basic anime story trope, where it is like, oh, you need to keep your emotions in check or this will go wrong, type shit. We always have stuff like that happen in anime, but I think this one was done really well, because it actually showed off in her powers and put herself in danger rather than her friends in danger. Normally when we see this trope, it is the angry one putting their friends in danger, and that's what makes them switch, but no, this is putting her in danger. And obviously the underwhelming killing of her father, not really getting the like closure that she thought she would get from killing her dad as well, played a big part into it. And then Belmont's granddad, again, instead of being this isolated old man who isn't really willing to like go out of his way to help people anymore, actually getting a family and getting like a group to care about, and learning that family matters, and that you do need people in your life and you can't just spend it alone. Again, just very, very basic anime plot points, but I think they actually did them really well. And with the yellow girl, I don't remember her name. but she's wearing like a yellow top. So the yellow girl fighting in the like spirit world as like trying to keep her soul alive and keep her soul there. I thought was really cool, and having Belmont like voice, like reassure her and like keep her alive and keep her fighting and give her that extra push that she needs. Again, just solidifies the like love connection that they have and how much they mean to each other to like keep them, both going and keep pushing forward even when times get hard. Glad the vampires died as well. Fuck them. And I'm glad the priest died as well. Fuck that dickhead. I did not like him at all. And again, yeah, animation, beautiful voice acting, beautiful jokes, funny, nice balance between them. Pacing was really good as well. And normally with Netflix, they do struggle with like balancing story arcs and balancing characters, but this had a much smaller cast where they had 2-3 stories running alongside each other. And when the priest died, it kind of went to 2. So it was really good and really concise, so it didn't feel like we were constantly jumping around the world and we were sticking with our main cast of characters, which again is quite small, but they are all impactful and all got their fair share of screen time, all had their character development and all had their growth. So I do really like this series, and I think it was a great final, so a 9 out of 10 from me. And I hope we get more from Castlevania. Again, it's a great anime. We have it in Dead by Daylight, which is a shock to me. But we did try out Belmont in Dead by Daylight a couple of days ago. So, you can go check that out if you do find that interesting. But if not, I will love you and leave you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Hope you all have an excellent day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.